This incident still gives me chills when I think about it because the reason behind it is still unknown to this day. This happened when I was in 6th standard. I was a normal student who minded her own business and just hung out with my one friend. I didn't have quite a lot of friends, but everyone liked me, so from time to time, students would come and talk to me about different topics, gossips, and anything that was new to them and interesting, and I used to listen to them. I remember there was one day when there was gossip going on as students of my class were also talking about that in class 10th B. A girl was very sick and now she's not coming to school anymore because she is hospitalized and her condition was very serious. I was shocked and didn't know who that girl was, but all I could feel was bad. And I was hoping that she would regain her health again and become fine. And I thought she would be fine. That's what I thought. Not until the news in our school came that she passed away. I and my friends were devastated. I remember we weren't the type of people who would behave seriously and take anything seriously that time since we were very young. But when we heard that, we were devastated and didn't know what to say anymore. We were quiet for God knows how long and couldn't say anything because it was very shocking. I remember my school talking about that girl in the assembly and paying her respect. And things move on after some days where we got busy with our studies and other school stuff. Not until one day when another news came that another boy from the same class, 10th B, is now sick. We were kind of confused about what on earth is going on, and after that we got to know that the same boy is now hospitalized. Me and my whole class were shocked. Just what is going on in class 10th B? That day when I reached home, I told my mom and siblings about it and they were as shocked as me. My sister was wondering what was causing their health to decline like that, and after thinking, she said she believed there is something inside the class 10th B. And I asked her, what do you mean by that? To which she replied that she thought something paranormal must be inside class 10th B. At first, I didn't quite believe in it, but it was really something that made me caution that it could be true. The next day when I reached school, I told my friends about it and they couldn't help but to agree about it. But the thing was, we were fearing for our safety as well this time and thinking about all the worst possible outcomes that could happen to us because we were also in the same school if the paranormal thing is real. But anyways, days passed and we moved on, got busy with our studies and exam. From time to time, we used to think about it, but because we were really busy with exams, we forgot about it until one day the news came that the boy had passed away. The whole school was shocked, and in that process, another girl of the class 10th B fell sick. Now, this news spread in the school and started to spread basically everywhere in the area where my school was located, and parents of these students started coming to school fearing for their child's safety and demanding the answers to their questions on what was actually happening. Our class looked outside the window. So many parents were present there and they were looking angry. I remember every moment of that incident to this day. The principal came out of her office and was answering questions from the parents, and on the same day, the school shifted the students of class 10th B into another classroom, and that room that used to be class 10th B was immediately locked. We were issued 5 days of holidays from the school because the school needs to fix this problem as the parents were demanding the answers to what is going on inside this school, but the school has no answer to give because they themselves don't know what was actually going on. I remember we were given notice of 5 days of holidays, and after that the school rang the bell at 11 in the morning, telling us to go back home because everyone in the school was now busy solving this unknown mystery that was taking children's lives and even harming the school's reputation, according to the school. Going outside the school gate, I saw some holy monks and priests were coming inside the school, and after that, I don't know what happened. When I reached home, my family was surprised to see me and shocked when I told them the whole story and what had happened in the school. I spent those 5 days doing nothing but wondering and talking to my friend about this whole weird situation. After 5 days, when everyone went back to school, everything was normal, but when we looked at the door of class 10th B, it was locked. Clearly locked. Some students were saying that because of the study pressure, the students' mental health was declining, while the other students said that it was indeed something paranormal in the class 10th B. Students were terrified to even go near that class. Some boys still went near it and looked inside the classroom through the window. It was all dark and a coldness was spread everywhere, according to them. But nothing much than that, because of which everyone after that just leave that classroom alone. Where life went on again and people moved on again. I would be lying if I said that students weren't going near that classroom out of curiosity again and again. But that classroom remained closed and nothing happened after that. Students stopped falling sick out of nowhere and things went back to normal. No incident happened like that after that. Now, as I passed out of the school, I wonder if that classroom is still closed. May the students who died rest in peace, but whatever happened back in the day still makes me wonder what the real reason was. But it still remains a mystery to this day. I cannot stop thinking about this incident because this incident caused our school to close the school terrace forever. This incident took place when I was absent that day in school. I wasn't feeling sick or anything, but I just didn't want to go to school that day because I was tired and my body was aching. So despite my mom trying to send me to school, my father allowed me to stay home and relax. I spent my whole day watching cartoons and TV shows, doing everything I like until at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, I got a text message from my friend. "Do you know what happened in school today?" I raised my brow and immediately texted her back, "What happened?" She replied that in the morning a boy tried to commit suicide from the school terrace when we were preparing for assembly. I was shocked. What on earth? I asked her to tell me what happened clearly and she said that she would tell me everything tomorrow when I will come to school. The next day when I went to school, I saw the principal and teachers were gathered around in the playground and kept on looking at the terrace while talking about something. Their expression was tense and clearly they were all looking stressed out. I had a little idea that maybe it was because of the incident that happened yesterday. As when I entered my classroom, immediately all my friends started to tell me what happened yesterday. They said that yesterday when they were gathered around in the playground, a teacher saw someone on the top terrace. She couldn't tell what that was at first, but when she clearly focused her gaze, she immediately ran and told other teachers that a student was on the terrace. As not even teachers but students who had gathered watched how that student was acting strange, standing on the top terrace in the middle, and judging from his body language, that student was all set up to jump from the terrace. Luckily, that teacher alerted everyone already, and a sweeper on the top floor, while doing his job, immediately got the signal and ran towards the terrace, where he immediately grabbed the student and saved his life. It turned out that the student was mentally struggling and wasn't in his right state of mind. He was depressed and intoxicated as well. We were all speechless, and in the next second, all the teachers were gone to the principal office. The parents of that student were immediately called, and the terrace was immediately closed. My friends were interrupted between their story when suddenly some teachers and our school principal enter our class, where they talk about what happened yesterday and strictly forbid any student to go near the terrace again, or else serious actions would be taken against that student. When they were gone, my friend told me how the eyes of that student were so red and thank God someone saved him, or else in the next second he could have jumped and ended his life. I hope that student is doing alright now, and everyone should prioritize their mental health as they prioritize everything else in life. After that, I never experienced what our school terrace looked like because we were never able to go there. It was a crazy incident and just comes in my mind sometimes. When I was in 6th standard, I remember there was a male librarian in our school who looked like a very introverted person. He was tall and slim, and because he talked very little and was responsible in whatever he do, our principal used to appreciate him a lot and praise him for his attitude and skills. Whenever we had the library period, my friends and I used to quietly read whatever book we like, and from the corner of my eye, I used to watch that librarian as he was always focused on whatever he was doing, mainly focused on reading or some other school staff work. You see, the thing was, by listening to this description, anyone can think, look, what a decent human being. But if I tell you the truth, that was not actually the case. He was far different from what he looked like. No matter how well this librarian appeared in front of the school, there was something that made me always look at him with suspicious eyes. And not even me, but my friends also agreed with me. We saw something others couldn't see. As I remember, we were always suspicious of him. And the reason was simple. Several times we had caught this male narrowing his eyes in a weird way while looking at girls. Whenever a male student would talk to him about something, he would solve the student's problem and just dismiss it very soon. But whenever a female student had anything to ask from him, he would take longer than expected. And to be honest, my friend and I would side-eye this introverted librarian every time he would change his aura around minor girls. And let me tell you this, he was aware of me and my friend's suspicious look at him, so he would avoid eye contact with us. I still remember it was Wednesday that day and it was raining while both our math and English teachers were absent. That is why we didn't have much to do that day. And as our class was chilling during the free period, suddenly a teacher from some other class came into our classroom out of nowhere, and she had a very weird expression on her face. She eyed all the girls in our class and told all of us to come outside and go see the principal immediately. We became anxious. What is going on? Why do only girls have to see the principal? What exactly happened and what did we do? That's what I was thinking continuously. On the way towards the principal office, as I and my friends were discussing this matter, we saw that the girls of other classes were also going downstairs to see the principal in her office. We were confused about what was going on in the school. And as we reached the principal's office, some other girls were also gathered there. The situation was seriously not funny. Why would the principal do that? All the girls were confused and were exchanging confused glances with each other until the principal called all the girls inside her office, and when we got inside her office, she stared at all of us. And a chill ran down my spine, as after that she asked only one question. How is the librarian of this school behaving towards us? That's what she asked. At first, I and my friends were confused about what this principal was talking about. Why would she mention the librarian? While other girls were also silent, suddenly there was one girl among them who out of nowhere started to talk. And when she started talking, our mouth hung open and we were shocked on hearing what she revealed next. She revealed that the librarian of our school, who acts all quiet and responsible, is actually a perverted man. He inappropriately touches girls and makes them uncomfortable and has inappropriate conversations with them, but this is not the only thing. She revealed that he talked inappropriate and disturbing things about the female teachers of our school. He talked about how he has a crush on this female teacher of our school. At first, the girls didn't take him seriously, but when he started to talk about disturbing things and details of the female teacher's personal life, the girls were shocked, and it looked like he was stalking the teacher after the school. Even though that teacher had nothing to do with him, she barely even know his name. That girl revealed that she had heard everything and she is definitely fearing the safety of females in our school as long as this librarian is staying in our school. The way he talks disturbingly about others is seriously concerning. When the girl finished revealing all of this to the principal's expression was pale, but it looked like she knew about it because she wanted to confirm it. After that, as she looked at all of us, she had an expression full of relief. She appreciated the girl who revealed everything bravely and tell all of us to always protect ourselves first. Where after that she told all of us to go back to our classes, and just like that the meeting was dismissed. After half an hour, we heard the principal almost yelling at someone downstairs, and when we tried to look towards it, it was the librarian. The principal was disgusted on looking at him. She then started saying something to him in an angry expression that we couldn't really hear, but all we could understand was that the pervert was getting fired. And after that, we never found him anywhere around the school. A new librarian came and nothing like that happened after that. I still don't know if the principal handed over him to the police for the fact that he used to touch minor girls inappropriately, but I only hope that girls stay protected from his evil intentions in the future.